because it is your office that then approves some of these expenditures. Why would you be approving expenditure for what are constitute political handouts at the expense of investing in infrastructure, at the expense of investing in social safety nets, like hospital provision of drugs and construction of hospitals, provision of water, things that Kwame will tell you are more beneficial to the country in the long term than what are more of political engagements. The same thing with us, Parliament. And I say this as a parliamentarian. You have spoken and given us figures of how much the political class in this country is spending in terms of travel and domestic hospitality. What is the role of your office then in curtailing the appetite of county assemblies, parliament, and the executive in dealing with some of these rather populist things to the political class, but very expensive to the ordinary Kenyan?
Thank you very much once again, co-chairs. It's quite a mouthful, but I'll run through them as fast as I can. And I'm going to start with how the high taxation has contributed to capital flight. This was raised by one of the chairs. And indeed, we have seen high taxation leading to high prices, and therefore leading to inflation. So sometimes we do not link the high taxation to the high prices and therefore to the capital flight. And I want to give just one example which will show us the direction in which we are moving. Park fees. This morning, in one of the groups that I am in, I saw the ladies saying, why would I pay $200 to enter the park when I can see the same animals from the Tanzanian side by paying very little? So this is just an example. But some of those things we are doing have a ripple effect. So they affect us in more than one way, and I know my colleagues here will be weighing in on that. Now, in terms of integrity, how can we raise integrity? We must do a root cause analysis. We must say, where did it start raining on us? But let me again just give two examples that are making us move into those areas of loss of integrity. One is insecurity. What do I mean by insecurity? If employees, for instance, are not sure whether they'll be employed tomorrow, what do? They, of course, try to gather as much as possible so that they can run away. Two, if employees are insecure in terms of, again, like how long they'll be doing what they're doing, these issues will create uncertainty, and that uncertainty creates loss of integrity. The fear and uncertainty is one of those areas. The other area is borrowing without a plan. This one, I'm using it in a very colloquial sense, in the sense that I have been approving payments of public debt, and I've looked at what we are paying for. Many of those things cannot be identified. You just find a name of why we borrowed. You cannot trace it to anything. You cannot tell what the money was spent for, and therefore there was no economic gain from that borrowing. It is just like taking Fuliza and then you go to the bar and drink it all. You go back home, you'll find your family hungry, and you'll find all those other things. So I don't really need to gainsay this. That is what we have been doing for a long time. I have discussed with the Auditor General, and we have said, can we track these loans? Yes. and see what we did with them. Yes, I think it will help us